stomp you out. Came with all my goons, we gon' thug it out. Go ahead, bust a move, we gon' stomp you out. Came with all my goons, we gon' thug it out. Throw your hood up, go ahead and rep your city. Throw your hood up, go ahead and rep your.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Kell Brook, Special K. Now, Kell Brooks made some comments, but here's the thing with Kell Brook. He said that the fight is going to be televised on the UK, and he's going to announce on what station on Monday, which is coming at a great time because Parliament did the Boxing Bros dirty and rejected our petition, okay? But we would like to believe here at Boxing Bros that we put the pressure on them just by making a petition, and that's why Brook has an announcement on Monday. Anyway, check out what Brook has to say.
Draw. I know I can sleep well at night knowing that I've given it absolutely my all.
Kell, we know that Sky Sports won't be airing this fight. That is confirmed. Eddie Hearn has had a lot to say about this fight, saying that the money's not there really to make this fight, etc. Have you got a response to Eddie's comments? Because we haven't heard from you for a long time. Eddie's done a lot of interviews about this fight with yourself and Terence.
Eddie has always been there, involved with his fight. For 6-7 weeks, from today, he's always been involved. He's always wanted, he knew the date, 14th of November. He knew. We always kept him in the loop. All he had to do was get on the phone and phone Uncle Bob. But he was more interested in earning $2 bob. That's where it is. All he had to do was get, sign the contract for Brook. But he was more interested in signing books. That's what's happened with Eddie Hearn there. Listen, I got him out of jail with the Golovkin fight, with a pay-per-view slot right there. I saved the day again. I've always been a Sky Sports fighter. I've been in with Porter, with Spence, Golovkin. I've made some amazing nights with Sky Sports. The fans, I want to give back for Sky. People who subscribe to Sky Sports. I want them, my fans, to see me fight the pound for pound king in Crawford and see me take that title back. But like I've just mentioned about Eddie, it's not come off the way that I wanted it to come off and be with Sky Sports. So I'm absolutely gutted. But I know one thing, that the British fans will see this fight and it'll be on a platform. They will be able to see it, and I'll release that maybe Monday. That'll come across. But I'm gutted that Sky Sports it went on there. But he's having these pay-per-view fights, what are not even, there's not even no titles on the line. Don't get me wrong, Chisora, Usyk, White, Povetkin, are great fights. But Brook, Crawford, come on, man. The fans, they're entitled, we're more than entitled to have that fight there for the fans. But like I've just said, that's what it is.
I know you've been focusing on Terence and training, etc., being in camp, but what is your knowledge of the offers that Eddie and Sky sent for that fight? Do you have any understanding of what was said from Eddie to Top Rank?
Listen, all I worry about is punches coming my way and ducking and diving, and training. I don't want to get my head involved in the business side of things. I leave that to my dad, looked after my career all the way along, but he's been in dialogue with Eddie. And like I said, it hasn't come off for one reason or another. I've just explained the reason why what I've come across with. But the fact is, it's going to be on TV. I would have loved it to be on Sky, but there you go.
So, there it is. Kell Brook saying that he saved Eddie. He got Eddie out of jail with his pay-per-view with Golovkin, and he's put on big fights. And basically, he's saying, he doesn't understand why Eddie didn't back him this time, and that the fight is going to be on television in the UK. So, G, what's your thoughts on that?
I got two sides on this. From a friendship point of view and a business point of view. From a friendship point of view, I understand what Kell Brook is saying. Like, it is kind of slimy. The fact that he said Eddie was in the loop this whole time, to me, was like, whoa. So, because from my perspective, I thought Kell Brook was trying to negotiate this fight without, Eddie Hearn even knowing. So I thought maybe he was going behind Eddie Hearn's back. But he cleared it up and saying, like, nah, Eddie was in the loop this whole time. It's just I wasn't his priority, right? And then so what it kind of told me was, although he said I got him out of jail with the Golovkin fight, to me, I was like, damn, Eddie hit him with the what have you done for me lately, And technically that's business, right? Where it's like, hey, we are talking about prize fighting, right? You're only as good as the money you generate. And so if Eddie's saying, hey, we're not going to make money from, broadcasting this fight, then he's saying, yo, I don't want to do it, right? Now, I don't know if Eddie has additional reasons. It could be Eddie's like, yo, man, I don't want to see you get hurt. Like this will be a black eye on UK boxing. If you go down to the US and TC destroys you, it's not a good look. It could be a number of reasons why Eddie's just like, yo, I don't really want to be a part of this. Or it could just be flat out like Eddie just has a gripe against Bob Arum, right? It could be petty. It could be whatever. But Kell Brook feels, from what I'm gathering, he feels betrayed by Eddie Hearn. Now, does he have a right to feel that way? Yes. But at the end of the day, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And if Eddie's saying there's no money in that fight, people aren't going to pay to see that fight, then I can understand why Eddie doesn't want to, put that on his, what's it, Sky? You know what I mean? Sky Sports. It makes sense to me, So salute to Kell Brook, man. It really does suck. But to me, it's more than that. I have to believe it's more to the situation because even his trainer backed out. And the trainer was talking greasy. So you got Eddie Hearn not rocking with this. Your trainer's not rocking with this. So, and I didn't like the fact that he was talking about them other fights. Like, bro, I'm going to be honest. I want to see the other fights than to see Kell Brook versus TC. Now, it could be different in the UK. I don't know. Maybe, Kell Brook versus TC is more important than Chisora versus Usyk in the UK.
Not judging from the comment section, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even our comment section, it seems like, people ain't even willing to pay that fight. You know what I mean? So I just like to believe, man, Kell Brook is okay. What you need to do is prove this to yourself. If you believe in yourself, go to what they fighting? I was about to pay to say Kansas. Go to wherever you got to go to in the U.S. and make sure you beat TC.
MGM Grand.
Thank you, MGM Grand. Beat him in MGM Grand. Win over your peoples again. Win over your trainer. Win over Eddie. Win over the UK. And then you're going to be the two-time champ. But if not, man, it is what it is. They think you done. This is the end of your road. It is what it is, bro. Just accept it. Or say, no, I don't accept it and go all out. You know what I mean? And let's see who the best man wins that night.
All right, dollar bill.
Everything G said. Look, it's kind of it's in every point G hit every which way. You know what I'm saying? I can rock with. I can look at it both ways. I can look at it like Eddie, say it ain't so, Eddie. Say it ain't so, Eddie. You can look at it that way, and then you can look at it like it's just business. It's just business, baby. It's just business. Either which way, it sucks for Kell Brook. The reason why I say it sucks for him because he might feel the way how he feels. I was there for you, Eddie. We were friends, Eddie. And Eddie's like, yeah, and I was there for you too. You know what I'm saying? And I did, but this is something that I can't rock. But he's like, it's a lose-lose for me. That's how Eddie's probably looking. It's a lose-lose for me. But I agree, G. To make everybody pay, Kell Brook just got to go out there and win. Maybe that's what they do think. They think that they don't want to put no bread behind it or nothing. They don't want to lose no money because they feel like that Kell Brook is at the end of his rope. He got his face all broke up. He did what he was going to do in this sport, and now it's over. And he was like, "Why let him go out here and get this little bit of money from Team C, and then we can come back here and we can do a big goodbye send-off fight for him and Amir Khan." That's how I'm looking at it. At the end of the day, though, I really think that it does come down to business. Nothing personal, baby. Just business.
Business.
Just business.
I don't know. When I look at Kell Brook, it's kind of sad, man, because I remember when Kell Brook was up there in 2014, 6 years ago, when he beat Sean Porter. That win everybody's going back to 6 years ago. That's when Special K was one of the best fighters in the welterweight division. Even then, Special K had a hard time making 147. Everybody talked about his size and how big he was as a welterweight. That's why he thought he can move up 2 weight classes to challenge Triple G. But see, for me, I have a special respect for Kell Brook because he's not someone who just talked about it. He's someone who actually did it. And a time when Triple G was looked at as the boogeyman in the division, Kell Brook moved up 2 weight classes. No tune-up fights, no nothing, and challenged Triple G at middleweight. And he was beating Triple G until he got caught, and then he got hurt, and he got his eye socket busted. Then, instead of taking a tune-up, he went in with Earl Spence in the UK, and Earl Spence did a number on him. But that wasn't until after Kell Brook had banked some rounds in, because Kell Brook was looking good in that fight too. Then he broke his other bone, his other eye socket. And I read his career was over. I saw articles saying his career was over, like it was done for him. Like he was told he couldn't box no more. Then I heard he's boxing again. And ever since then, man, don't kid yourself. He hasn't been in the ring with elite level competition since then. And he hasn't fought at welterweight in 3 years. So you're looking at Sky Sports, you're looking at Eddie Hearn. And if I'm Kell Brook, I feel like you should pick up my fight. After I jumped 2 weight divisions for a pay-per-view that you benefited from, then I fought Earl Spence on a fight that you benefited from, even if you feel like I'm cashing out, which Kell Brook denies, and he says if he was going to cash out, why wouldn't he just wait until after the pandemic to fight someone for more money if he was looking to cash out? In Kell Brook's art, he genuinely believes he's going to become the 2-time welterweight champion of the world. Cool. But if you feel like he's cashing out, why can't you help him get that cash? Why can't you get him on Sky Sports? Even if it's not a priority for you, or you feel like you may take a hit. Look at the hits he's taken to help your company advance. And I feel like that's where Kell Brook is coming from, and that's what he's heard at, where it's like, bro, look at all the risk I took to help your company. You can't take this risk for me this one time. So I think that's where he's coming from. But if you're Eddie, if you're his trainer, Dominique Ingo, his former trainer, I think you had sleepless nights over Kell Brook because you believed in his talent so much because he was that good. You believed that he could beat Triple G. You believed he was good enough to come back down and beat Earl Spence, and you've been wrong twice. So even if you believe at this particular moment that he's good enough to beat Terrence Crawford, you've been wrong twice. And you know the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right? Well, they got fooled twice, and they've been shamed. And so the last thing they're going to do is give themselves a third opportunity for something bad to help it happen to Kell Brook. And the biggest shame that I can think of is all the people who want to try to act like Kell Brook is still an elite welterweight. One, he hasn't fought in the welterweight division in 3 years. 2, when last seen at welterweight, he got his eye socket broke. He's been knocked out twice. The recipient of broken bones twice. And now he's going to have to be weight drained. People can say whatever they want. You haven't fought in that division in 3 years. And even when you fought in that division, you were killing yourself to make weight. How is he not going to be weight drained? This is what you want to sell to the public. This is what you want people in England to stay up until 3 and 4 in the morning for. They've had their heart broken too with Kell Brook. They had their sleepless nights too with Kell Brook. They've been fooled with Kell Brook before as well. And so the only thing that can fix it, like G said, Kell, is prove everyone wrong. This is the stuff movies are written about. They'll make the Kell Brook story
Cinderella Man Part 3.
Exactly. You'll be James Broderick. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn will be the sleazy promoter, right? But this is how you cap off your story. You go to the MGM Grand in Las Vegas and you beat the brakes off of Terrence Crawford. That's how you rewrite your story. I, for one, think that Kell Brook from 6 years ago would have beaten Terrence Crawford. So you say you're still that guy, then prove it. Go win. But if you don't be mad at everyone for trying to stop you from the outcome that you had to face on November 14th.
Please let us know how you feel in the comment section and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Also, please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
Catch me creeping down the dark street. This is where me and the zombies meet. Guarantee we all gonna eat. It's Zombie Ray again with HD. I'm a zombie in the night, you better run from me. Zombie Ray in the house, you better run, homie. Brought a mask and some gloves with some thugs with me. I came to do damage, who wanna purge with me? Super Saiyan zombie, I'll be